After the preparation of the soil and sowing of the seeds in the soil, third step is adding manure and fertilizer. So the substance which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the healthy growth of plants are called manure and fertilizers. Okay. So the substance which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the healthy growth of plants are called manure and fertilizers. So what is manure and what is fertilizer? Manure is organic substance like dry leaves, cow dung, that all is known as manure. And the fertilizers are chemical substance which we are making in the factories. That we will see the difference between manure and fertilizers next. So what is manuring? The farmers have to add manure to the fields to replenish the soil nutrients. This process is known as manuring. Okay. So after few years of using the land, the soil will become, first it will be nutrients will be there. After several years of using the soil for cultivation, the nutrients will go down. Not that much nutrients will not be there in the field. So we will not get enough yield. A good yield will not get. So for that, to compensate the reduced amount of nutrients in the soil, the farmers will add manure and fertilizer. That process is known as manuring. Okay. Depending on seasons, rainy seasons and all, farmers will add more nutrients like in the form of manure and fertilizer. That process is known as manuring. So once again I am telling the farmers have to add manure to the fields to replenish, means regain. Replenish means regain the soil nutrients once it lost, okay, before it was lost. So by adding the manure and fertilizer, the soil will become fertile. Okay, this process known as manuring. Now we will see the difference between manure and chemical fertilizers. So as already said to you, manure means the waste materials that we are getting from the plants and animals, and the chemical fertilizers means it contains chemicals. So we will see one by one. So first of all, the manure is an organic substance. Means organic means it will decay, means it will not cause any harm to the soil, like cow dung, then plants and animal waste. So it is organic substance, okay, manure. And chemical fertilizer, it is inorganic, it is made up of chemicals, okay. Second point, it is prepared in the field, means in the soil. If you are digging one pit and we are collecting all the waste materials, after few days it will turn into nutrients, manure, okay. We can make compost also by using earthworm, that is known as vermicompost. So it is prepared in field, while the chemical fertilizers, it's produced in factories. We cannot produce at home because it contains chemicals. It is produced in factories. Then manure, it is low cost, means it contains only the plant and animal waste. So comparing to chemical fertilizer, it is less cost, low cost. And the chemical fertilizer comparing to manure, that is little high cost. Then fourth point, manure provides a loss of humus by decomposition of plants and animal waste. Means humus means after the dry plants or animals, after few days it will change into humus. That humus will increase the fertility of the soil. Okay, so automatically it will increase the fertility of the soil. But in the case of fertilizer, does not provide any humus to the soil. Okay, so humus is very important for the maintaining of the fertility of the soil. So in the case of chemical fertilizer, humus will be absent. Then next point, less rich in plant nutrients, means in the case of manure, we don't know how much nitrogen is present, how much potassium is present, how much phosphorus is present. There will be mixture. That much correct quantity of nutrients will not be there in the manure. Okay, while in the chemical, if they are preparing something, it will be written in the packet how much nitrogen is there, how much phosphorus will be there, how much potassium will be there. So if we want more potassium containing fertilizer, we can buy like that. So it is very rich in nitrogen, potassium and phosphorus, that will be written in the packet. Okay, then sixth point, Manure improves the soil texture as well as water retaining capacity, because this only dry leaves or animal waste, cow dung, that all. After every year, if we are using this manure only, it will improve the soil texture and the water retaining capacity of the soil. But the negative point is the chemical fertilizers, that if every year we are using this chemical fertilizer, it will decrease the fertility of the soil. Okay, after 4 or 5 years, the soil will become like without any fertility. It will be like a desert. Okay, so we should not overuse this chemical fertilizer. It can leads to soil and water pollution. After few years, the land will become desert. So if 1 year we are using chemical fertilizer, next year you can use manure. Like that, it will not cause any harm to the soil. So example of this chemical fertilizer is urea, ammonium sulfate, superphosphate, NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, potash. These are the some of the example for chemical fertilizer. While manure, example for manure is cow dung, any animal waste, plant waste, anything, dry leaves, that all are included in the manure. Okay, so this is the difference between manure and chemical fertilizer. It's very important. Usually it will ask for exam. Now once again we will see the advantages of manure. It enhances, means it increases the water holding capacity of the soil. The holding capacity is very important, right? Otherwise, if we are giving water, the soil will go, the water will go inside the soil fastly. So the plants cannot take the water. So by adding the manure, the soil water holding capacity will increase. Second point, it makes the soil porous, due to which exchange of gases become easy. Little more it will become porous, means loose, so that air can be there. Okay, so the roots, the plants also will get air, and the microorganisms also will get air. Third point, it increases the number of friendly microbes, that good microorganisms like earthworm and other small organisms will increase if you are using manure. Fourth one, it improves the texture of the soil. The soil will become fertile and it will be more good for the cultivation of crops. So these are the advantages of manure. So to increase the quality of the field, the farmers will do a technique that is known as the crop rotation. Okay, the farmers will do. Otherwise, no, if every year we are using same crop, only one nutrients the plant will take. All other nutrients will be there, and finally that one nutrients only will go, other nutrients will be there. So for that, the farmers will do crop rotation. Means one season one plant, next season another plants, and another season another crop, like that. Rotate the crops. That is known as the crop rotation. So the season depends on the season, or depends upon the one crop is finished harvesting, next season another type of crop. So all the nutrients will be uh, taken by the crops. So that is known as the crop rotation. So the seasonal rotation of the crops in a field is known as the crop rotation. Okay.